Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Trump Turnberry calls the activism a childish and criminal act, and says it does not affect its business. What was the act? Well, a group called Palestinian Action said it rejects Donald Trump's treatment of Gaza as though it were his property to dispose of as he likes. And to make clear, we've shown him that his own property is not safe from acts of resistance. What did they do? Well, look at the picture on the thumbnail. But basically, activists came in onto the Turnberry golf course in Scotland and spray painted in red paint, Palestine is not for sale. And they spray painted on the main building as well as on some of the walls around the campus. And it looks janky. It looks really, really trashy. So there's going to have to be some painting that's being done to address that. But for those in the United States, we don't see stuff like this very often. For folks outside the United States, they're hearing all about the protests that are going on. So again, for folks in the EU and other countries, you're wondering why the American people seem so passive. It's because legacy media, corporate media, they're throttling that type of information from entering the United States. You have to go find it. Little snippets sneak through every once in a while. Why? Because legacy media is owned by billionaires. And Donald Trump is the president for billionaires. And he's going to make billionaires even wealthier than before. So they're willing to let him do what he's going to do because they directly benefit from it. The lords of the land benefit from it and the peasants don't. But I want to read on the energy of this Palestinian protest group that vandalized the Trump Turnberry golf course. And I would just want to get a reading on the energy around them. I'm expecting some wands. Let's see if I'm right about that. Come on down. Entertainment purposes only. Let's see what we've got about the Palestinian Action Group that vandalized Turnberry. My cards are upside down. Queen of Cups. They will be quiet no longer. Because, you've got wealthy people who get their way with everything. They always get their way, and they're tired of it. Donald Trump is not a king. Who is he to say how Gaza is going to be divided up? No, they're not going to be quiet anymore. How much more can they look at the emotions? Emotion, and a black cat. Nico, you come over here. Sit in the chair, and then you can join the reading. Here, for the folks that want to see the black cat, here's the black cat. He just went over the litter box to let me know that everything's safe in the litter box. So yeah, they're not happy, and they're finally doing something about it. They're letting their emotions speak, venting, as it were. And the Pass the Chariot, this is just wealthy people, Trump and other oligarchs, basically bulldozing Gaza because they want to build luxury hotels there. There's big natural gas deposits off the coast, but there's also talk about building another like a canal or a strait, kind of like the Panama Canal. There's already one, the Suez, I believe, goes through there. And there have been plans since the 60s to build another canal, and it would go right through Gaza. So if you have a trade port there, that's going to be a destination. Because you have a lot of ships going through. You'll have a lot of trade in that area, become very cosmopolitan. A lot of money will go through there. And if there's one thing about wealthy people is they don't want other people to get the money that they feel they deserve. But looking at the energy around this, so the burden's becoming too much to bear, so they're letting off some steam. Basically, vandalizing the Trump property is putting Trump on notice that they're awake, they're alert, and they're targeting him. And maybe by doing this, you inspire other people to want to join up. Now, again, the Trump Turnberry says this is childish and immature, and it doesn't affect everything. It doesn't impact anything. Why did you feel the need to say that? Unless it impacted you. Otherwise, you just ignore it. It's either, as the saying goes, ignore it or kill it. To do anything else gives it more respect than it deserves. You didn't ignore it and you didn't kill it. So what you're saying is this thing deserves more respect than you're willing to give it. Ace of Wands. So the lesson to be learned is they're tired of carrying the burden. They're answering the call and they're going to action. Here's your fire cards here. Emotion moving to action. This is where anger festers and then anger turns into action. Anger is a great fuel for powering action. Outcome is the Emperor. I'll read on this next, but this is kind of your Donald Trump card. I think Trump is pissed about this. They basically tagged his beautiful golf course, and now he's going to have to spend money to repaint it. And, it's peasants doing this to him. How dare they? I'm sure he's livid. This is not... Donald Trump's so thin-skinned. This is not something that he could just, look the other way and ignore. I would expect that he's going to up security around his golf courses, and he'll probably give instructions like shoot to kill, because that's kind of how he rolls. You know what I mean? Not a measured response. And when he wants to shoot protesters and murder them in the streets, and he's told you can't shoot protesters in the U.S. Like, well, what about in the legs? That won't kill them. I mean, that was a funny line in Terminator when a 10-year-old boy is talking to the Terminator about no killing cops, and Donald Schwarzenegger, Terminator, shoots them all in the leg, and the kid said, "Hey, I said no killing cops," and the Terminator says, "They'll live." Yeah, that's hilarious in a movie, not so hilarious in real life. All right. Speaking of Donald Trump, since we had the king come out here, how is Lord God Emperor feeling about his golf course being tagged by a bunch of radical left, commie, pinko, socialist, fascist, Marxist, woke people? Oh, he's upset. Not feeling real good about that. But, he's ready to take action. So it's not just disappointment, he's angry. I would take these two cards here to say he's angry about that. No, those are my golf courses. How dare you? So he's gonna initiate something new here. Yeah, look at all the fire energy that's coming on here. Yeah, oh yeah. He's thinking dark thoughts. He's angry and he's thinking dark thoughts. How dare they come to my house and do this to my house? I want an overreaction to this, and I told you to overreact to this. If he could have flamethrower turrets on there, he would do that, and then he would flamethrow people alive. He doesn't... There's no measured response with him. He's binary. He's angry or not angry, and when he's angry, it goes straight to 10. It doesn't go to 4 or 3 or 2 or anything along those lines. And for somebody who's a billionaire, where, it's going to cost, tens of thousands of dollars to repaint and stuff like that, that's really annoying, but it's not that big of a deal financially for him. It's more and it's not meant to be a financial punishment to him. It's meant to be an insult to him. And he doesn't take insults very well because he's thin-skinned. All right. This Palestinian group, the Palestinian Action Group, I want to ask somewhere between, are they going to strike again or how successful? I can just ask, how successful was this? And if it was successful, you keep repeating it until it works. Until it no longer works, I should say. How's the energy around them with this action? Queen of Wands, get ready for more. Lovers, it's going to... This is a very high visibility thing, which will bring more people to their cause. They're already planning the next one. It's not going to be obvious daytime protests. They're planning more clandestine stuff. Clandestine stuff. Going after wealthy people, probably Trump. Going after his properties and his values, the things that he values. Yeah, they feel like they've got they're on a mission now. They're on a mission. It's going to be more hit and run tactics, sneaking around, striking over in the overnight hours. It's kind of a calling, but it's bringing attention to them, probably bringing money their way, but they're definitely going after Trump and going after him some more. How dare you steal the land of Palestine, you wealthy bastards. And by bastards, I mean sons of bitches. All right, a little four-carter just to explain what might we see next from this group. Just a general vibe of what we might see next from them. You know, it could be more of his golf courses. It could be buildings that he owns. What would we expect to see next? Five of coins. It could be just the five, the May. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune. The Tower. Ace of Swords. And the Queen of Swords. What's going to happen next? They might have to wait a little bit. You know, it's kind of you have to find the right target and wait till the timing's right type thing. But they absolutely are going to strike again. It's in the planning stages now. They feel emboldened to do this. And it could be that, they're getting people that are, Doge where it lays off people. I think they're building ranks from marginalized people. And they're like, yeah, this is going to work. Cost Trump some money. This, remember this Five of Coins. This is a big agency, kind of like the Hierophant. This is like a church or something along those lines that's ignoring people. These people they're miserable and they're kind of out. They're caught in their own misery. They don't think they can go in there and ask for help. Is it a church? No, I think it's more of a hotel. A fancy hotel that poor people can't get into. And then your tower would be like a Trump Tower type thing. I would expect the next one's going to be a Trump Tower. Wheel of Fortune hasn't been decided where it is. Real quick, what country or location might we see that? EU, US, I don't know where all the Trump Towers are. A little bit about the location. Just one card. I want that one right there. Overseas. Is that overseas for the US? Or is that overseas from them? Okay, is this overseas for the US? Homeland Security. I think it's overseas for them. I think it is the US. One more. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. The world card, Wheel of Fortune is in progress. The world card is outside. I'm going to translate that Three of Wands as being outside the country they currently are in. It makes more sense that they do it in their own country, right? Because if the Palestinian Action Group is in Europe or in the UK, it would make sense for them to strike more UK properties. That being said, they could have people go to a different country. And I'm sure that, while Bedminster and Mar-a-Lago and Trump Tower I said the golf course might have extra security. Trump Tower probably won't because it's in the U.S. So there's ones in the U.S. They wouldn't be expecting it there. They're thinking that these folks might be isolated over in the EU. So I would expect maybe the next target's going to be an overseas type thing, where the overseas, I think, could be the United States from where this group is. To totally waffle, the 3 wands could also be that's overseas from the United States to another overseas location. We'll know the answer when it happens, right? In the end of the day, the Wheel of Fortune is they're planning it, they haven't decided. So that could be why I can't tell as I waffle. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.